What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's up, man? Dude, I have to get the whole green screen thing down, man. I love your opening. It's so fucking dope,
Yes,
man. Like,
yes.
I want to be part of that, you know?
You will be if you just get the damn green screen and film yourself. I told you this a week ago. I'll put you in there. It'll be,
I know, man. I know. My life has been crazy, though, dude. Just trying
maybe
to,
we can
like,
do like patty cake,
yeah,
virtual
dude.
patty cake.
Like, some clapping things, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Tell your dad talking about patty cake, dude. I haven't thought about that in 20 years. Like, yeah.
Right?
But, yeah. So, what's up, man? Like, what's going on today?
Not much, man. Just we finally were able to reschedule this interview, and I wanted to do this interview super bad after seeing the photos on the seance room. You know, so I've never talked.
All right, so I want to back this up a little bit and kind of get people like on board with what the hell we're talking about. So basically, a while ago, you contacted me and told me that you had someone interested in doing this podcast with us that had a really cool story that may have actually, I don't know, man, encounters something demonic or some shit. And you told me a little bit about it, but didn't really tell me much. And then the other day you hit me up and was like, yeah, check these out. Just sent me some pictures. So what happened in between all of that? And what are these pictures?
Okay. So what were the pictures? Or was I in them?
I saw a naked butt, but I couldn't make it out if there was a beard attached, man.
Okay, so not those pictures, but the ones that I sent you with the scratches down a female's back, and then on the legs, there were some bruises. Apparently, those were left by something that I'm kind of confused, because I'm not, I wouldn't know how to classify this. Is it an attachment? Is there maybe a haunting in the house and this thing is doing it? Is it demonic? I don't know. But, dude, when I seen the pictures, I was like, yikes, because I got scratched up there at Hillview Manor. But I didn't feel no pain from it. So it is a real thing. And I know you had to take that with a grain of salt because unless it happens to you, you won't believe it.
And dude, like, I don't know if I ever told you or not, but like I had something happen to me a long time ago. Actually, I think it was the first investigation I'd ever been on with Corey Heinzen. So a long time ago, I contacted Corey because I wanted to, I don't know, basically go ghost hunting. And he ended up going on a shoot with me with the local news station. And while we were on this shoot in this place, the Greater Rumford Community Center, when we were on site there, we were in the basement in this really sketchy room. Long story short, man, I felt something weird on my back. I forget who looked at it. It might have been Corey, but I had a scratch, and I didn't want to accept any of that because, dude, I'm a skeptic, like straight up, man, like I don't believe really in any of this shit. So like when you have something like that happen to you, dude, you make every excuse in the world to like brush it off and be like, it's not real. You know what I mean?
So, right. Like I continue to have things, and I have for about 3 years. I continue to have things wherever I live. Okay. And it tends to only affect like me and my girlfriend. Okay. So like after my dad passed, I moved in. I was having this stuff. It come to my house, and then my dad passed away, and I moved in with my mom. For a little while, and the room back there in the house that we stayed in would get slapped on the wall, and it was loud, and things would go kind of weary in our room. So then we moved out, And in our apartment now, she was telling me the other day how she's seen like a mist. I haven't seen a mist, but I'm seeing shadows. It's not something I go around talking to everybody about. I understand how it sounds. Like I would have told you 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, right before all this started, I would have told you all this was bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, dude.
Dude, I mean, we started this thing through Bigfooting, and man, we used to talk trash about people who went ghost hunting. Like a lot of Bigfooters don't really like do that crossover. But I ended up meeting Corey, man, and like everything just changed because I believed in what Corey said and I believed in what he was doing, and he showed me things that made me question whether this shit's real. So today we're going to be talking to someone who got scratched and I don't know, man, somehow abused by what she feels is a spirit. Dude, I don't know how to feel about all this.
Nah, I know for a fact though, if my ass was waking up to some shit like this, first of all, my girlfriend wouldn't believe me that it was some poltergeist or whatever left these scratches on me. So I'd be dead. But anyways, what would happen is I would move out. But then does it follow you? That's the thing. So everybody, if you're one of them people that thinks this is bullshit and you're just here because you like our stuff or you're following us or whatever, just watch this with an open mind. We're going to bring her on now. We do want y'all to ask some questions, so we will try to get to them. But let's go ahead and welcome. I'm not going to butcher her last name, but I know her first. It's Hannah. Hannah, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am eager, very eager right now.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Does she already know you or something, man? Anyway, nice to meet you, Hannah. My name's Bill. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, Mr. Eager there, taking a drink of his whiskey, I'm sure.
Sweet tea, brother.
Uh-huh,
Sweet tea.
yeah,
I actually, little rare known fact, the common American Stacy Brown Jr. consumes 1 gallon of sweet tea a day.
Dude, did you just see that? Like her door opened up by itself. Did anybody see that?
There you go.
Did I just imagine that shit? Because I just watched her door like open as we were talking.
It's wider now than it was a second ago. Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you the truth, man. Like, I hope someone could like back that shit up because I'm pretty sure that I just watched that. That was crazy.
Wow.
Yep.
So
she's like, yep.
It's no big deal.
Maybe it was that dog or whatever it was. Like, I don't know.
Chupacabra.
Friggin' right.
Okay, well, Hannah, we're just going to turn the floor over to you and let you kind of just go with it, okay? Because I don't want to interrupt you or anything like that. So go for it.
I want to know what happened, dude. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Just goes for it. Like, who are you, Hannah? Like, who are you in the world? Like, tell me. And how did you get here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I've always been involved with the paranormal. Growing up my entire life, when I used to live with my dad, I'm from Massachusetts. And so his home was a funeral house. And so a lot of activity would happen there. Glass would break, banging on the walls, voices every so often. I mean, it's an old funeral home from the 1800s. What could you expect? And so he passed a year ago, and I moved out to my house that I'm in now. And it followed. Don't really know why. I don't know what it was. But the activity happens all the time.
So what was the activity at the funeral home and what you say followed you? Was it similar? Were you getting the same things happening? Like, why do you think that it would be connected?
So I'm not sure if it was.
Hey, I'm sorry real quick. Turn around or just lean to the side. All right, you can continue. I wanted to make sure I seen that fucking thing open again because you just locked it, didn't you?
I could, yeah. Do you guys want me to like show you guys I'm like locking the door?
Yeah,
oh, I've seen you lock the door, but sure, do it again.
Yeah. Because if this happens a third time, I'm coming over.
Yeah, no. So I don't know if I don't know how to show.
Oh no, that's good. Yeah, I see. Yeah, you can see. We're good. All right, there you go. Now, if it opens this time, I'm telling you, Hannah, I am on my way. I'm only about an hour and a half from you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
So
please continue.
Yeah. So honestly, the activity that I got in at my dad's house wasn't as extreme as what I have experienced here. when I get here, and for everyone who has followed my story on the Seance Room, I have posted like majority of my audio tapes that I pick up at night because I record. I've gotten voices, taps, knocks, the slams on the wall, just like you have experienced. But it's weird because when I'm sleeping, I don't hear it myself. It isn't until like I wake up and then I like listen to everything and I'm like, wow, like that really happened, like while I was sleeping, you know? But here it's just like crazy. Like I'll get poked at, I'll get tugged, the scratches, and it's like you instantly feel it. Um, it's just like it's so weird because it's like I never experienced anything like this before. Even going to like other places that were like abandoned or like so-called like haunted, I've never had like any experience. Like I even went to the farmhouse like a couple months ago, and I didn't like have any experiences there. So it's just weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I
There's
thought
gotta be-
I thought I heard it, and I drew a blank.
yeah, there's got to be somebody messing with us or something. Is there somebody home?
My tenant is home, but no.
Dude, this is weird.
Wow. Okay, so hey, I had a question.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was. So, I guess I'm gonna ask a question from the audience. Okay, so everybody has seen the scratches, or hell, I don't even know where we were at in your story. Bill, why don't you take this over? Like, because that blew my mind. Because I heard it, I was about to ask it, and I was like, yeah.
It happens a lot when I talk about it. Wait for it. It'll end up happening. And
There it is.
yeah. It's
okay, we're just gonna leave that just like that.
Yeah, I would leave it alone. We'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
All
right, so let's back up because we're all like jacked up now. So all right, so you grew up in a funeral home. You moved from your funeral home after your father passes away, and you live in your place you have now, and you feel like there was something that was at the funeral home that followed you here.
Yes.
And now you're still having these obvious weird freaking experiences. I guess for me, like when did things start to change and go from like what we're having happening to us right now watching this and the physical stuff? Like what was that transition like, and can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, so it was really weird. It started off with an older woman and a little boy. And I was always super nervous to like hear about that, like hearing and like seeing like a little boy, because what I've always known, and I don't know how accurate it is, but whenever it's like a little kid spirit, it's not really a good one. But that just like comes from other people's like beliefs and stuff like that in the paranormal. But that was fine. I'd see like the shadows, like the visions of them like in my dreams and stuff like that. And then I started putting the pieces together. So I did research on my dad's house, all the way back to 1856. I found out who they were originally, and like the photos of them matched what they looked like, the age, the description, everything. And it just made sense. Why they followed me and got attached to me, I have no idea. But then one night I had recorded and I picked up a voice, and it was totally different. It was a male voice and it said arrived. I'd also posted that in the Seance Room. And ever since then, it just increased. Like everything from audio to the scratches to the bruises to everything. The activity just spiked.
Have you ever tried to record these things happening?
What do you mean, like the physical parts?
Well, no, just like kind of like we just did with the door. So
So I have 2 recordings of my door opening, and then a couple of them because I have a camera set up in the corner of my room, And I used to use it all the time, but then activity stopped for a while. And now it seems to just kind of come around whenever I talk about it, if that makes sense. I've tried recording at night and I haven't picked up any audio, no noises or anything. It's been about like a good 5 to 6 weeks without any voices being picked up. So I think they're kind of just laying low and like waiting to like come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird.
I bet you could get a bunch of followers if you just like live streamed yourself sleeping.
Hey, I did. Work for me.
Right, I know.
Um,
But yeah, it's just
so,
so
well,
weird.
I'm wondering, like, do you, I guess it's you. So
Mhm.
could the investigation revolve around watching said like a guinea pig? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
set the cameras up to and do everything, try to entice it. I mean,
Mhm.
from my point of view, I want to make it continue to happen. But
Right.
from yours, you may not. You know, from the
Right.
looks at it, I don't know how much you would enjoy it. So, what kind of toll does it take on your life?
It took a lot, honestly. I felt like I was being almost like kicked out of my own house. There were days where I would not spend like my entire night here. I felt instant like an instant feeling whenever I would come home. It would just like hit you like, hey, you're back, like welcome, like are you ready? Like it was just awful. Sleeping here, I was always feeling like I was being watched. I would hear things, my door, it was just something always happening to the point where I felt like my life was literally just paranormal. There was nothing else to it. Everywhere I went, it would follow. I watched a really good friend of mine's house for a little over a week and it followed me there. And the thing about that was that it mimicked one of her past loved ones, but it wasn't actually them. It was my energy. So,
Wow. So I guess it is the house that's haunted, right? Because if you leave, it doesn't follow you to
it
your.
does.
Oh,
It does
so
follow her. Yeah.
yeah. Well, she said she would leave for the night. So I guess it wouldn't follow you for the night, right?
Yeah, no. So it's weird because if I left for a night or two, I wouldn't get activity somewhere. The feeling of something being with me would still be present, but activity wouldn't happen. But as soon as I left for longer than maybe like 3, 4 days, it would figure it out. And then bam, it's there with me. I don't even know how to explain that. It's
Do
Okay,
just
you think
so
do you think that you're responsible for manifesting this thing? Because a lot of people believe that
mhm.
you yourself are have the ability to manifest things, such
Right,
as
kind of like a
ghosts or
poltergeist and stuff.
exactly. So,
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that you're creating this by
Um,
kind of missing it? Like, are you attached to this thing in a deeper level? Do you think?
No, so I used to think that, which is where I started doing a lot of research because I was like, all right, well, maybe it is me just thinking like, all right, well, here comes more activity, like let it happen. Um, but then I started realizing, and as I took a step back, so I stopped recording, I stopped doing a lot of things, and I was like, not even thinking about it, which is why a lot of the times I would leave my house because I was like, all right, well, let me get like a new scene, a new environment. Let me not think about it so often. Let me, kind of just put it in the back of my mind. Um, but it would still happen. So I kind of scratched that off the list and I was like, all right, well, it's not me because if I stopped doing everything that I normally did and I, took that out, then what's left, it still happens.
right.
Hmm.
Okay, can I get you to shift to one side again? Oh, never mind. All right. I thought the damn door had closed. I know this got brought up in the thing. I was like, hell no.
That's so funny.
So have you
I can't see the comments, by the way. So,
Oh, you can't.
no.
I don't know.
Uh,
Everybody else can see them. I don't know where they're talking at. I guess
It's fine.
I'm not sure.
On the right-hand side, Hannah, do you have like a little menu that says private chat and comments?
I see chat, but when I clicked on it, nothing happened.
Oh, well. Well, we'll feed you questions from the chat
Cool.
room.
Yeah. Yeah, we have one lady ask, would you want to get rid of it?
I would.
Okay.
I would.
Right on.
I have tried. I've been blessed before. I do sage. I do a lot. Nothing ever has seemed to work. It wasn't until a good friend of mine had reached out and mentioned maybe getting a priest. And I was like, oh man, like we're going that far. You know what I mean? It's just like people don't talk about like houses getting like exorcisms done, on like a daily basis. So it's a weird topic to talk about. But trying to find one, it's like the hardest thing ever.
It's funny you mentioned that. I think we know a few people who have been wanting to work with us on something. Just a thought. So you're, I guess at this point you finally, what was it like mentally coming to the conclusion that, okay, hey, something is actually, following me? Like how bad?
Yeah. I kind of just deal with it. There were times where I was scared, I was nervous, where it did affect me. For everyone who's on here now that watched my live stream in the seance room, it affected me really bad. But now I'm to the point where I'm like, all right, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's not listening to anything else. It's not stopping. It's not going anywhere for some reason. But currently, right now, it's quiet. Besides, my door. But other than that, it's like too quiet around here, if that makes sense. Like I'm waiting for something to happen, but other than a little movement here and there, no voices or taps.
Have you like created an identity for it? Have you like named this thing? Have you like, like?
Yeah.
You did. I had a feeling.
No. I haven't. Because I don't really know what it is. Like I don't know if it's just like something. I don't even know. I don't know if it's demonic. I don't know if it's just a super low vibrational, spirit. I have a feeling it's male. At first it was an older woman and a younger boy. That was easy. But this, man, I don't even know. Like, I have no idea.
So what do you mean an older woman and a younger boy? Like, do you think that was what you were being affected by maybe when you were at the funeral home?
Dad's house, yeah. But then when I first moved here, those two followed. It was those two spirits. And the reason why I say that is because of the voice recordings that I picked up. It was always an older woman and then a younger boy. Gotcha. And then that's what made me do research on the house. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. It matches exactly like who they are. But then they're gone. I don't know where they went. They left. And then I had gotten that recording that said arrived in a male voice. And gotcha. I was like, who are you?
Right.
I've never heard it before.
Now, how do you think that thing would have got there? Could you have put yourself in a situation somewhere else where it came home with you? Or maybe it just showed up?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it just like showed up. Because I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't going anywhere with like hauntings to have something like attached to me,
Right.
What I thought for a while was that the older woman and the younger boy weren't really a young boy and an older woman, that it was kind of just like taken form of them. And then when I figured out who they were, it kind of had no form to go back into. And that kind of played on the whole like arrived part,
Oh, right.
Because it couldn't like hide behind something if I figured out what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess let's talk about the scratches.
Yeah.
The the physical abuse.
Is it? Is there a way for you to bring up a picture of that? Like, I don't know if you can or not. I mean, I know it's kind of on the.
Yeah, I should have
I'm
thought
putting you on
about
this,
that.
putting you on the spot, man.
Well,
But
here, you talk. I'll get it. I'll get it
yeah,
taken
yeah,
care
yeah.
of. You talk.
So, from what I saw, there was two pictures that were posted. One was scratches, like right down your back, and then there were some bruises on your legs. So I guess Stacey
Yes.
wants to talk about the scratches first. So, with the scratches, were they? I guess the biggest question is, what did that feel like when it happened? Were you awake? Were you asleep? Like
I was
how?
sleeping. And then my back, I was getting poked. That's the one thing that I always felt because I'm super like ticklish. And so getting poked, it makes me super uncomfortable. And when I woke up, my back instantly felt like it was burning. Um, and it made me super nervous because the bruises happened first. And I woke up and it was just like very light. Like they weren't as dark as like in those photos because that was a couple days after. But the burning pain on my back was something that I was like, dang, like did I
Right,
do something, you know?
right.
And then I had set my phone up and I took that photo and I was like what is that? You know? And I posted it because I was like, it says something. It has to. And then when I flipped it upside down, a lot of people were like, it's saying your name.
Hmm.
And I was
So
like,
when I saw, I'm a skeptic. First off, like I guess I'm an open-minded skeptic. I'm willing to like listen things, and I'm willing to open my mind to whatever. So
yeah,
whenever someone says they've been scratched and posts pictures, the first thing I do is like, could they have done this to themselves? And so whenever you see someone that has scratches that they do themselves, there's an arc to the scratch on their back, because like if you try to scratch your own back perfectly vertical right in the middle of your back,
right.
it you I
I don't
think it
think
would be
that's
really,
possible.
it's probably possible but really hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
get it.
so with your photos, I'm hoping that Stacey's able to figure this out, because with your photos, it really shows um, vertical scratches.
Mhm.
You can't really tell. Oh yeah,
No,
I
no,
think he's got it figured
that's
out.
not it. I've got the picture downloaded, and I'm just trying to figure out how to post the thing over the top of it. Wow,
Uh,
whatever.
I think you have to screen share, man. I think you can screen share. Just bring the picture up on Facebook and then screen share it so it pops up in our window.
Huh. Okay. Not even sure how that works out. There we
Top of your,
go.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, the scratches were vertical, and again, I don't think that, I don't think you did that. I just don't, and so that's really the biggest reason why I wanted to get on here and talk to you. I think that you definitely had something happen to you that I don't think that you did yourself.
Mhm.
And I haven't figured out what the hell caused it, but I'm hoping that uh, we can find a way to work together, even if we
Of
have to
course.
like send you guys equipment or whatever it is to try to
Mhm.
document what's going on. Because
Yeah.
if this is it, I mean, I'm not doubting you in any way, but if this is real and we can like predict it and
Mhm.
cause it to happen, um, this is something that could really change perspectives of people.
Right.
And I think it'll also give validity to your story, which is
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. So have you had anything else like scratches happen to you since that incident?
No, it was only the bruises and the scratches. And
Hmm.
which is like honestly, I was like that was extreme enough, you know.
Right,
Um
right,
and then right after that photo, I was like all right, I was like something needs to happen because it's just progressing. It's getting worse and I don't know what it was capable of doing. Um and as soon as I got on researching for priests in my area, everything slowed down.
right.
Then I did the live stream and it affected me there. Everyone could see that it was affecting me, just talking about it. Um, and then it just got quiet. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Right. Was there something happening in your life when this happened? Like, I don't know, was there something that you think could have triggered this for you?
No, so literally, like, I've always grown up with it. Always because of you know, when you live in an old funeral home, you can expect a lot to happen there. But for it to be still around now, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You said that it's always been around. Like you haven't always had these physical things happening, though, have you?
No. The physical, no, but the paranormal, like noises and the taps and, you know, stuff like that, that was always like considered normal for me. So,
Yeah.
but the physical part, no, I've never dealt with that.
Right. Do you consider yourself a paranormal investigator?
In some ways, yeah. I'm not like official. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right. Do you own equipment? Do you own like a RIM pod or a recorder or anything?
I don't. I do a lot of the recordings like on my phone and then my video camera that I have in my room.
Huh.
Yeah.
So how's it working out over there, Stacy?
I don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay. We could just put them up in the comments
share
later.
Screen. There's a share screen, and I click it, and I just don't know what I'm doing. And we're live,
Right.
so I don't want to like mess it up too bad. I will post it over the not live version of this.
Yes,
so
makes sense.
They will be available. But the scratches, I mean, it looks pretty rough. Like, I'm sorry, I was trying to figure this out if you asked it, but did that really hurt?
Yeah. Yep.
It looks like it did. I mean, like, for real.
And it stayed for a while.
That's wicked funny.
For a while.
Yeah, so so I'm kind of lost in the conversation right now. Sorry, I was trying to read up how to bring up that picture. So, Bill, if you'll continue with asking the questions, I'll know where we're at, so we don't lose. I guess we can go to we can go to questions out of the audience. How about that?
Okay.
That work? Okay.
Do you see my screen down there?
I do see your screen down there.
Yeah. Can you bring
add to stream? There we go.
So those are the scratches. Can you guys see that?
It's like it hurts like hell, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see what I was talking about? Like, I think it would be difficult to get
the one from side to side. Like, I don't know, dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, maybe you would have to be super flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
weird.
Hey,
she could have just tried to take off her bra strap. Like with the eagle's claw.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Exactly. It was one of those ones that are like really locked in there. And then those are the bruises.
Yes, those are pretty gnarly.
Right. Yeah. And I just don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was that bear. I'm going to blame all of it on that creepy ass bear with the bow tie. It totally is exactly what it is. But that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, somebody says almost looks like a sigil. I guess that's how you pronounce that.
Oh, really?
What is that?
I don't know.
It's a Wiccan mark.
Oh, right on. Because somebody else said.
Did they say that too?
Oh, nope. It keeps getting more comments. Initials.
I'm like trying to read it. Yeah. So that's where like a lot of people. I don't know if you guys can still see me. I'm like going through the comments.
Yeah,
a lot of people still said that if you flip the photo upside down, you can literally see that my name is like being like spelled out. Like one letter on top of each other.
No. Yeah, hey, I'll look at that later. My neck ain't what it used to be. So, wow. So I guess you haven't contacted nobody else. Are you open to that? Are you cool with somebody coming in? If Bill asked this question already, forgive me.
No.
Because that would be cool to set it up, especially if we had all our tech, all all our
Yeah.
we have a bunch of people we know that do really cool shit like this, and this is right up their alley. And so, I mean, why not pull some of our
Yeah.
strings if we could? I think, and I don't know, would the people at home be interested in watching that?
Right?
I would
Yeah,
assume.
I would. Right? I would think that James and Carl would be the two perfect candidates to take out and have them walk through. You know?
Yeah.
So, ask Hannah if she had a really good local. Okay, here we go. Here's the question. Ask Hannah if she ever had a really good local physical medium come to her house to help her figure out what this is. From Rain McKenna.
So I don't know if anyone is aware with Springfield, Massachusetts. No one's good here. At all. It is very rare that you will ever find someone that's a genuine medium. Everywhere around here is literally like a scam. No kidding.
Right.
My godmother is a medium. She's a light worker and stuff like that. But she was able to identify like the older woman and the little boy before I had even done research on it. But this, whatever this is, I have no idea. No one's been able to like really say.
Right. Well, it looks like people in the comments, here we go, I'll just show a few of them, would love to be a part of watching us investigate you. so that's a weird thing in itself. Like, you gotta, how does that work out? You investigate a person.
Right.
What do? You put her in the center and play some kind of chants or something like that?
Right.
Because I mean,
like, let's make a big ass pentagram and just put her Indian style in the center. Throw some like
salt in the corner.
Oh yeah,
right?
dude.
I heard that in a Mastodon song, so I'm sure it's got something to do with something.
So
put salt in the corner. I'm waiting to figure it out myself. But no, on all seriousness, it seems to be a slippery slope, because if we did investigate you, at what point do we end up endangering you? You know what I mean? And that I don't expect you to have an answer for it, but
yeah, no, I know where you're coming from though, because whenever I decide to tap into things or, you know, decide to record and talk about it, as you can see, like, you know, with the door, as soon as I started talking about it and I have more people talking about it as well, it happens. It like triggers it. It's weird because a lot of spirits do have their trigger objects, but mine, I don't even have an object. It just likes the communication part, I guess. Like, it hears it's being talked about and it does something.
This person here, it says Facebook user. I can't see the name, but Facebook user asks, "You are the conduit," or says, "You are the conduit. You have the power to communicate with this spirit." So hey, like, definitely would be down on doing that. And so, I don't know. That would be really cool. That would be amazing, especially if something happened, because you hear of like levitations or things like that. I mean, it'd be cool for me, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel right having something done like that?
Yeah, I honestly, I'm open to whatever, just because, you know, the paranormal is my life. You know, whatever I can do with it, learn from it, whatever. I'm always 100% in. I was supposed to have someone come down yesterday, but he didn't get the chance to. He was gonna investigate and stuff. What did this girl say?
Jacqueline says routine spiritual cleansings will help you, Hannah. How much of that have you done? I know you said you do a lot of sage. Mm-hmm. You made it sound like it was a narcotic.
No, I try to sage every morning and every night the right way, because I know there's a wrong way. But it just doesn't work for me. It used to like cleanse everything and clear the air and stuff like that. But whatever this is, no idea.
Hannah, there's a lot of people floating around out there that believe that sage actually attracts spirits.
Yes.
I don't remember the medium's name that told us that, Stacy. It might have been Brenda, but I don't remember.
Mhm.
But she was telling us not to use sage because it actually has the reverse effect. And
Yeah.
I don't know which way to go with the whole sage thing, but what's your experience?
Yeah, so it used to work for me a lot. I do it the right way, you know, every corner of the room, a window open, everything. Um, but it got to the point where I heard from someone to try to reverse it. And instead of going, you know, clockwise and going in the right direction, go backwards with it. Because it'll reverse what it's doing. Because, like you said, a lot of people do say that it'll attract the spirits, and in some way it does because it literally just pisses them off. You're like, oh, you're trying to get rid of me? Good luck, you know. So I tried doing the reversing thing, and nothing. No, you can't come in here. Sorry,
they
my
got a
cat has
kibby.
been on my bed this whole time, and he's like trying to get in my lap. But yeah. So I have.
So Bernadette Rice, I guess that's how you say her name. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered it, Miss Rice. Hannah, do you use protective stones or crystals like bloodstones?
I do. Hold on. This whole like camera thing is like really weird because it's like backwards. But yes, I do. I have like everything.
Right. Okay. So that's what you were showing there. Gotcha.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nancy Weldy is saying you literally have to talk to it. You got the power to set boundaries. Speak aloud. How does that work for you?
Do these people really think I don't like try? You know what I mean? I've tried. I set my boundaries. It knows that I'm mad. And that's what I think it like feeds off of. Isn't so much my fear, because my fear is like out the window at this point. It's like I don't even know it. But it's my anger, because when it does come around, it gets me angry. I'm like, why? You know, like for what? Like what are you trying to do? You know? So I think that's what it kind of feeds off of. I set my boundaries every time I walk into my house. If I feel it automatically, I'm like, get the F out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm forceful with it. It just, I don't know.
You don't care.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Wow. So, why do you think this male ghost wants to hurt you?
I don't know.
Is he a
I have absolutely no idea. I just believe that. I don't want to say
this
it's
dude is
demonic.
beating women from beyond the grave, bro. Like,
that just ain't cool. That ain't cool at all.
He's one of the OGs, son.
But yeah, I don't want to say it's demonic, just because if it was, I would know, and anyone who has dealt with a demonic presence knows, you know, when it's something like that. So I just really believe that whatever it is, it's a very low vibrational spirit, that was either, you know, not a good person in this world, or was never really in this world and was just this entity, you know.
I'm wondering if you're somehow attracting this just based on your knowledge and your interest in the paranormal. Yeah, like I mean, Stacey and I had a similar thing happen to us. You know, we started messing around with the whole Crowley thing, and then here, fucking Stacey gets possessed, and so like,
Really?
oh
yeah,
yeah,
it was pretty intense.
And so I think that there is this weird thing that happens where you can actually bring this on yourself, you know. And so I think that if I were you,
Mm-hmm.
I would maybe draw back a little bit and just see what happens, you know.
Well,
like,
and that's what I've done. I haven't recorded in a while. I haven't recorded. I haven't tapped into anything at all.
And you think that's why Yeah, is that what's different in the last 5 weeks? You know what I mean? When you
Mhm.
said it's changed, is you're just not messing with it anymore, so you're not
Yeah.
having the activity?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah. Like
Stacy, this goes.
I'll have small activity like my door opening,
Right.
and stuff like that. But as for the voices and the taps and the knocks, I haven't picked up anything. So
So Hannah,
I haven't recorded.
you were aware of that sistral. I don't even know how to say it because I don't even know what it is. So,
Sigils.
yes, that makes me wonder. Are you into like witchcraft, or you are?
Yes,
Of
So,
course.
but
She's in
but
Massachusetts.
there,
yes. But I am Wiccan, but I have not tapped into anything dark at all.
all
I
right.
haven't
So,
even messed around with the work, to be honest.
Stacy and I both have been exposed to witches and Wiccan and all that kind of good stuff. And one thing I've learned through all of that is there is basically this thing of intent, right? So, like with any kind of magic, it's based on intent. What you can make a magical spell out of pretty much anything, and if you intend for that magical spell to create this thing at the end, it can happen.
Yep.
So have you messed around with intent? Have you thought, even just thoughts, even just like your own thoughts while like dealing with witchcraft? I feel like you're opening yourself up somehow, maybe
I
not
am
even
very
knowing.
open. Um, I'm open to a lot of things, but for me to practice and do the work, I don't, because I know of like safety reasons. You know what I mean? Like
Right, right,
anything you put out, you don't know what you're putting it out to, so anything can come back.
right.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't sit here and really use like Ouija boards. I don't like really sit and be by myself to communicate with a spirit, because you don't know what you're talking to. It can easily fool you, you know.
Right, right.
So I guess that was my next question: is have there been any seances performed in the
No.
house? No. Are
Mm-mm.
you against it?
No.
Okay, right on.
I'm not against it. No.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, but I think you're right there, Bill. She's probably opening herself up, not knowing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, absolutely. Because Stacy and I really have started making this turn and really starting to go towards what magic is and
Mhm.
how can we duplicate these spells and actually have things happen. And everything that I've learned is basically built on intent. And
Mhm.
we've been using this Psalm of Pan from Aleister Crowley, and when we use it, we have an intent, and it works. I mean, at the end of the day, like I believe that shit works.
Mhm.
So I think that's what happened with you. I think that you might be unintentionally bringing this thing to you.
Mm.
You know, we ended up messing with it, and then like a lot of the things he says work for what we're doing for some reason. So like the Aleister Crowley would talk about just driving yourself to the point of exhaustion. Sleep deprivation was the key to breaking down the veil in between the worlds. Well,
Mhm.
sleep deprivation does cause hallucinations.
Mhm.
And I know when I seen what I seen, my ass was tired and hadn't had much sleep thanks to the
Right.
dark zone. It was a killer experience, but we didn't
Uh,
sleep a lot. And we never sleep a lot on these things. So I think that's
Right.
what ends up happening. So that's why we're reading a little bit more into it. But I do believe it has a lot to do with your intent. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So
And I'm totally not gonna like disregard that at all. I believe that happens with a lot of people, because when you are open to things and your mind does a lot, um, your mind can attract a lot.
right.
So I do believe that, of course, like with any hauntings, the more that you get fixated on it and you start thinking about it, it's gonna happen more.
Right.
Um, but even though that could possibly be what is happening, I also believe that it's for some reasons, like even when I'm not, like, because my intentions right now aren't even to like mess with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm chilling. Like I'm like, all right,
right.
do you? Like I don't know where you are right now. You're probably next to me, whatever. But I haven't done anything, so I don't know. I don't know what it is, who it is.
So, you said there's another person that lives with you.
Mhm.
Have they experienced anything?
No. So he's a good family friend of mine. He's been living in this house the same time that I have, and he rents from me. He one day had asked me if I had a dog in my room because there was banging on the wall, and I wasn't even here. I was on a vacation. And I had asked him, I was like, no, like, I don't have a dog. Like, what were you hearing? Because our rooms are separated. Like, I have my room here, and then the hallway for my basement is like right here, and then his room is next. Um, and he was like, oh, well, it sounded like there was like a tail like wagging on the wall. Like, it was making like a really hard like knock. And I was like, if I had a dog, like, it definitely wouldn't, like, you wouldn't be able to hear that. But I asked him, I was like, do you like believe in paranormal? Like, do you believe in spirits and stuff like that? And he was like, oh, why? You think we have a ghost? And I was like, well, honestly, yeah. And he was like, oh, no, like, I don't believe in that. So I believe that because he doesn't believe, it doesn't affect him because his mind isn't open to that idea of like having something here.
So, okay, so I guess the immediate question I had is all the activity just strictly in your room then? I guess just wherever you're at. It's
Um,
you.
what I've picked up, yes. I've gotten a lot of things falling on the ground in the kitchen. A lot of like metal clanking as if like someone's taking pans and like clashing them together, but no one's in there. The basement, it'll sound like someone's walking down the stairs there, and the doors are always locked to the basement. It's two doors, they like open like this, but they lock like up into the wall, so you can't even open that. The walls, the not the walls, the doors will shake as if it's trying to be opened. Um, but other than that, most of the voices and everything have happened in my bedroom.
Wow. So do you have anything else, Bill? We're running out of time.
No.
It's a pretty amazing story, you know. And
I want there to be an end to it, you know, like
I do. I like this is done for me. Got something. My wheels spinning.
Yeah, because I'm not used to like doing a story like this without being like, all right, that's cool, you know, that was the ending, but there's no ending to this. Like,
Yeah, it's still going.
yeah.
Well,
So
you know,
weird.
you can either give us permission to come and investigate you,
Yeah.
or we will have a bunch of people on the internet make a petition to where you have to come and let us investigate you.
Right,
No,
right,
totally.
exactly.
You guys totally can.
Right. And everybody out there, if you're watching this, send Jay Bloomkey a message that you'd like for for Stacy and I to be on the Queen Mary for Halloween. It's important. So Jay Bloomkey,
He's gonna need
get
to
the
know.
message. He needs to know. He needs
I
to
don't
know.
think he's got a message in like 2 days, so that dude definitely needs
Oh
a
my
message.
god.
These people have been messaging him, and like they started a petition, and there's
What?
last time I checked, I think there was 100 signatures on it. I was like, where is this coming from?
Wow.
Like, what is going on?
It's so funny. But yeah, I definitely want to like come and see what's going on at your place
Yeah.
there, Hannah. Sounds kind of weird to say that, but I think it would be pretty cool. I think it'd be cool to see if James and Carl are down and
Yeah, of
and try to
course.
see, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, you know, maybe we can poke the hornet's nest, and if we've got somebody there who could, because like James told us he would go with us, and he wouldn't do the things, but he would make sure we didn't like lose it, like the Stay
Right.
Puft Marshmallow Man didn't come out or something.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so and then we've got Carl, who dabbles a lot in a lot of things, and we were going to kind of use them to help us, and we were kind of looking for a good situation, but what better situation,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you so much for
Of course.
coming on, And everybody, if y'all want to follow her in the seance room or add her on Facebook, I'm sure she'll keep you updated for what's going on.
Right.
Hey, you're more than welcome to tell us, and we would tell these people that are listening.
Mm-hmm.
And just keep everybody updated, because like the door thing was what a way to start the podcast.
You guys saw that, right?
Yeah.
And it was locked. You guys saw me lock it.
I don't understand, but whatever. That's nothing new. Well, cool. Thank you for coming on, and we'll let you go.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Dude.
That was weird.
That was fucked up.
Right? What'd you think about all that?
I loved it, man. I mean, like, just think about the thoughts of, because we had SLS, and we just, like, put her in a spot, like you said.
And in the middle of a pentagram.
Yeah, and we surround it with Jay Prather's ghost web.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Dude,
see what happens.
And run an Estes method like that, and have her repeat back what's going on.
Oh, that would be dope, man, to have her actually say what she's hearing.
Yes, because she's the one hearing it.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be badass, man.
That would be badass, bro. Like, because let's just say, all right, because right now, 50-50 chance, I believe her. I don't have no reason not to. But, I mean, because the door thing kind of, I guess that could be faked. But I
watched her. Dude, everybody on this podcast
no, I watched her locked
it.
I don't know how that happened. I said, I guess it can be faked. If you wanted to, but why do you want to?
I have no idea.
The next thing, and she seems very level-headed. She's very down to earth. Didn't seem like she was pulling one, and I've talked to people who've been pulling one before. You have too.
Oh yeah, a few times.
I didn't get that feeling. But hey, so okay, let's say she is legit, and some shit really happens, bro. How cool would that be? And we streaming it all live.
Dude, that'd be dope. I'm ready to do it right now. Let's fire this up. Let's make it happen.
So, hey, we'll talk about it. We'd like to hear from y'all. If you guys are posting a group or whatnot, let us know if y'all be interested in seeing us investigate a possession with like a few demonologists and what would you call Carl? Demonologist?
God.
Yeah. A demigod.
Dude, he's awesome. I don't know, man. He does so many things and he's just so awesome. I just don't even know what to call him at this point. He's just Carl, man.
I've been talking with him lately. I have a device that is I'm building. It is a one-of-a-kind device, and I told you about it. I'm not going to release it to the world yet, but hopefully we could have it done before this happens.
Right.
Because this piece of equipment, if it works,
dude, you know what would be cool? Like, I just got this brainstorm. I blame it on the tobacco blend, but
my tobacco blend is running out. That's why these shows are only an hour. We need better tobacco blends.
Right. Exactly. Damn it. Oh yeah, we should get like a bunch of these people and have like I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes or days where we go investigate different people and do this. Like, see what the fuck happens, and see if anyone can get scratched or whatever, right? Live. I think that'd be cool. I mean, for us, like you were saying, it'd be cool for us, but for the people getting scratched and whatnot, probably not as cool. But
do we do it in a place that's also haunted?
Dude, I don't even know if you need to.
Yeah, I mean you wouldn't. But how do you also how do you find people like this? Like seriously, this is the only one I've heard of, man.
Oh, I think that if we just put the word out there that we're looking for people that have, these kinds of things happen to them, people will come out of the woodwork. They might be a range from Wayne, all the
Right
way
on.
to this girl. So that
Yeah.
I would like to talk to all of them. You know what I mean?
Let's do it, man. I'm all down for it, you know, because it would be kind of ain't this what Ed and Lorraine Warren used to do? They used to go around and like check out
Yeah.
possessions and things like that.
Yeah, they bring a team in and they would check it out, man.
I mean, because basically, here's the deal: everywhere we're going, everybody else is going.
Hmm.
I want to do some shit that ain't nobody doing.
For
This right
real.
here is some shit ain't nobody doing.
For
That's
real.
what I want to bring to the people that are watching us. I want you guys to see like a unique thing, like
because dude, we're not paranormal people. We didn't learn this shit from other paranormal people. We're just rolling just as like filmmakers /
bro.
like yeah. I mean, we have like Bigfooting in our background, and I think that we are taking a little bit of that and like bringing it to this. But I think at the end of the day, man, we're filmmakers and we want to push the limits and see what we can capture on film.
We are content creators.
All day, every day.
That's what we are.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, hey guys, if y'all will share it, that's all for today. Next week, I got a guest. I'm gonna try to line up a time with him. So I don't want to mention who it is yet, but we'll promote that one. You know, beforehand a little bit. Hopefully, this one was just a last second thing. We just wanted to get this interview out though. But yeah, hey, if y'all follow us on the page, share our stuff, and you know, just check us out. We appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Stacy Brown.
I'm Bill Brock.
And y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Later.